and the fallout from it will either mobilize ANC branches to come out in support of him, or it will force them to put the country and the ANC before an individual.
Okay.
I also think that stage 6 load shedding, which the country has just descended into, does not help him. It hurts him.
Going to be a watershed conference for the ANC. We're just 9 days away from it, and already a lot is happening. You've got the president, the Section 89 reports. He's under that dark cloud.
Yeah.
And of course, this is very interesting. These are interesting developments ahead of Nasrec. Will he come back for a second term? As you know, it's a race between him and Dr. Zweli Mkhize for the presidency of the ANC. So it should be a very interesting one.
Hey, what's going on, people? This is the Free Ride Podcast. My name is Sipho Zach Masigo. I'm all the way here at the Nasrec Expo Center. And of course, I'm here for a briefing. And the media is going to be briefed by the spokesperson of the African National Congress, Pule Mabe. And I'm here with the rest of the other journalists. And we are going to be listening exactly what the setup is for the National Conference, the 55th National Conference of the African National Congress. And of course, the media is invited to do a walkabout and just to see exactly what the allocations are going to be and how the setup for the media is going to be. And I'll show you throughout our tour today where the media center is going to be, where the media village is going to be, and where all the press conferences are going to be held. And of course, just keep you updated with what's going down from the 16th till the 20th. And of course, the Free Ride Podcast is going to speak to a couple of people from the ANC conference as we build up. All eyes are here, man. So I know that we're meant to speak to a whole lot of people. Some of my guests that have made opportunities to have them on the Free Ride Podcast. We've asked that we've postponed some of our interviews so that we can focus on the current national conference that is about to take place right here at Nasrec Expo Center. So without taking up much time, man, let me go and follow the national spokesperson as he takes us around to see where the venues are going to be set up. We'll do a lot of recordings of him giving us media updates as to what's going down. So, all right, man, let me do that. Boom.
What you must bring as your own so that you don't misquote us. Furniture, we are only going to give you rooms to work from. We don't give you furniture. We don't give you studios. If you want to erect your own makeshift studio, it comes out of your advertising budget. Not us. The ANC will only give you rooms to work from. So those that need specific allocation, already other media houses have already raised their OB requirements, outside broadcast requirements, or wanting to erect outside studios. We will make sure that we allocate to everyone the space they need. But what we are not going to do, we can't allocate you a studio and then also go get you a booth and go get you a cubicle. It's not going to be possible because we must be seen promoting diversity. So we need each and every media house that will be covering the conference, international, regional, local, to have their spaces to do so. We also have got a number of podcasters now who have also applied to be part of those that we accredit. We have received over 700 applications. Those that did not apply on time have written to us. We are adjudicating on those. There are those who have approved, there are those who have declined. So we will be able to communicate. And those that we declined really could not show us where they are operating from, could not produce press cards. could not even just show a video nyana at TikTok which they would have shot or something. So we did not know how we bagged their existence. On Monday when we met here, we met some media houses for the first time with international press cards, which have not even applied to be accredited for conference.
Sets for you. We are going to have workstations where we'll have all your powers connected, your plugs, etc. The booths are going to start from here. We're going to have about 6 booths. Perhaps we're going to have 2 more on that other side. We're going to move the eating station to that corner where you see that the counter. We may have additional bar stools if we can get that procured for that area that's at the back. So that is what I can report to you.
Okay, no, that's fine. I think, I've clarified. So there will be things that you can. So we're also trying to also explore possibilities of those that have got specific dietary requirements can also buy for themselves. So we'll also see if we can talk to the venue to create that option, so that if you want to buy your own stuff here to eat, you can. So what we'll also be doing is that what will also be on sale will be some anniversary editions of ANC Today. So from 2018 up until 2022, you'll recall that ANC Today was initially just 1 page with a letter from the president. What we have managed to do during this term, the following then gets to be done. We confiscate your card, we take you out of the venue, we list you with SABS as a known trespasser. So that in case you are found here tomorrow, you are now seeing that, okay, this is the trespasser we need. We're going to have interviews. So all interviews with officials, with chairpersons of subcommittees, with anyone that you might have wanted to interact with. So all reports that are presented in commissions, the chairs of commissions will come here to come and brief the media upon conclusion of them presenting those to those closed sessions. So even if you are not part of the, yes, I'll come to that. So even if you are not part of the closed sessions, you still have access to what was done in those closed sessions. You can come.
Hajra from Business Day and Arena. As far as the conference program allows, would it be possible for us to get a daily schedule of press conferences?
Yes, yes. So Amos and Amos and Steve are gonna be responsible for a work stream called media relations. So we've got different work streams. There's a work stream that deals with the media lounge. Ant-Pen is responsible for that work stream. Media lounge, but this interfaces with accreditation. Where's Jeanette? So Jeanette is responsible for media accreditation. So Jeanette works with Amos for accreditation. It's another work stream. And then there's a work stream that deals with media relations. Amos and Steve, they've got a team. So you'll get a list of all the different work streams and who is responsible for each and every work stream. The digital media work stream, that includes Refilwe, RT, no RT from the presidency, that work stream deals with digital media. They will give you infrastructure support on the studios, but on the different interviews schedule, you will work with the team. So each and every team has got its own. So you've got about is there or not. I'm sure the new spokesperson will come and hit the ground running, seeing that we have now established this solid relations with yourselves. And the appeal once more, and I said this previously, that please cooperate with whomever will be coming to occupy this responsibility. Work well with them the same way you did with us. We did have our own rough days, but we still worked well. So those that are coming to do this work, work well with them. Yes, Sam? You will come, Spamandla. Oh, even on energy, we are quite concerned as well. we're quite concerned that we're now hitting stage 6. I mean, I was not aware. Spamanda made me aware that we're now hitting stage 6 of load shedding. This is quite concerning. I don't think it's enough for us to keep on calling on ESCOM. I think South Africans expect action from the ANC. So, I mean, our deployees in government must act. Now we can no longer say we can't keep on calling. We've called on ESCOM, we've called on boards. I think it's now time for action. It's time for action because industries are being affected. Yourselves in the media space are being affected. Our own health, our own health infrastructure. A number of almost the whole public life is being affected by this.
As a follow-up to Goge's question, when you say our deployees must act, how must they act, and how will you guys hold them accountable? Also, how will stage 6 affect the work of the ANC, seeing that you guys are 9 days away from conference?
And do these deployees have names?
Yes.
Well, we're quite concerned. We're quite concerned. There's got to be decisive action. The decisive action. We need to give South Africans certainty.
How?
We have to make sure that we communicate stability as it relates to energy. We have to say these are the measures that government is undertaking. We can't make rhetorical statement on energy, unfortunately.
Should the CEO of ESCOM go? Should your deployee, Minister Pravin Gordhan, go?
They've got to make a determination on what needs to happen.
So they go.
That determination must be made by them. I mean, we said that the issue of energy has got a number of layers that you have got to attend to capacity. You have the right capacity, manpower-wise. When you talk about human capital, do you have sufficient capacity to be able to deal with this? Infrastructure-wise, is it ailing? Investment-wise, are you putting the right investment?
No.
On energy mix? Are you making sure that?
All right, so we're still here at the walkabout, media walkabout. I'm with one of the veteran journalists, Ferial Haffajee.
Hello, Sipo.
How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Good, thank you. So good to see you.
Lovely to see you. We're back again. Were
We're
you
back
even
again.
here 5 years ago?
I was here 2017.
Yes, I can't believe we're back.
Your expectations from today, I mean, you did a walkabout and your expectations on the conference?
The ANC is always incredibly kind and polite. They've always had the best media relations. So I was really interested to learn. 700 people asked for accreditation.
True.
I think after the Pala saga, it's internationally more interesting. So those numbers likely to go up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope it's going to be a peaceful conference, so important for our country. I was interested that people are asking Mr. Pulemabe now, what about stage 6? I think that's top of mind.
That's it. Your concern, is it the energy crisis and anything else? Do you think the Pala issue will affect the conference?
I think Pala is going to be existential for this conference. It's reshaped it completely since the judge's report came out. And I think top of mind now is certainly going to be the energy crisis in the country.
I heard Mr. Pulemabe asking, what do you journalists think should be done with the energy crisis? And all of you were just like, we don't have the answers either.
You are the governing party. But I guess looking for a good energy mix so that we can end this crisis that's bad for jobs, bad for economy, bad for our people.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much
Have a
for
lovely
chatting to me.
day. See you next
too.
week.
Okay, cool. All right, man. That's Ferial Haffajee, veteran journalist. I'm going to try and speak to other journalists shortly and just to get their views on what's happening right here. All right, man. Let's do this. Boom. All right. We're still here at the conference of the ANC, the build-up to it, with the media. And, of course, I'm speaking to the journalists and the media houses. So your name?
My name is Mohammed from INX Prime.
Where are you guys based?
We're based in Johannesburg. We broadcast on DSTV channel 345.
Okay.
We're a lifestyle channel, but we've got a very important partnership that we formed with the Mail and Guardian. So we're going to be bringing Mail and Guardian INX Prime together for the conference.
Absolutely. Your first time at the conference?
Now, I've been here before. It's my third conference.
Okay.
It seems to be getting more and more organized.
Okay.
So it's good. We're looking forward to it. And, let's give credit where credit is due. The ANC really do come out for the media.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's going to be an interesting conference, though.
I heard Pule saying that he's also buying the media food as well.
Oh, you know what? The ANC always give us food, so it's going to be fun. But yeah, I think it'll be an interesting conference. Let's see what policies come out. I think that's what South Africans need to know.
Yeah.
More than all of the hullabaloo around it. But South Africa needs to know what policy is coming out.
Your expectations from the conference? Do you think the Pala issue will dominate the conference?
I think so. I think the first day is going to be interesting with the Pala, probably credentials as well.
Okay.
So let's see what's going to happen. I think the first day or two is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
What's going to happen from the floor, what reception the president's going to receive. Because remember, the NEC has pronounced one thing.
Yeah.
When the delegates come, that's where the interest comes, because those are the members of the ANC.
That's true.
So the NEC can say one thing, but if the members are not happy with Pala and that, we're going to have a problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you so much for your time.
Thanks so much.
All right,
Cool.
cheers. Cool. All right, man. Right now, I am with a veteran. No, she's not a veteran, but she is like a superstar journalist from the SABC. Host Natasha Phiri. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
You've been breaking some hectic stories. So well done to you. You've been keeping South Africans informed. You must be excited about this conference, or are you really?
The proof is in the pudding. Not so sure about excitement, but yeah, it was going to be a watershed conference for the ANC. We're just 9 days away from it, and already a lot is happening. You've got the president, the Section 89 reports. He's under that dark cloud, and of course, this is like very interesting. These are interesting developments ahead of Nasrec. Will he come back for a second term? As you know, it's a race between him and Dr. Zweli Mkhize for the presidency of the ANC. So it should be a very interesting one. Some people have labeled this as a watershed moment for the ANC, as a do or die. If the ANC does not pull up its socks, 2024 is at stake.
Yeah. Today you're doing a walkabout. Are you comfortable with the briefing you got from the national spokesperson?
Yes, and no. A lot of changes from 2017. I mean, us hearing that journalists could be prosecuted or arrested for violating the rules here does not bode well with us.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll just have to wait and see as the 16th of December comes upon us.
Yeah. Just one last thing. I heard you asking about the energy issues. Mm-hmm. Is that a problem for the media?
It is a problem. I mean, stage 6 load shedding. I'm very concerned about that. And one can only hope that the venue will actually provide generators so we'll be actually able to work properly. And yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. Thanks. Looking gorgeous. Alrighty, man. All right, man. I'm here about to speak to Tshidi Madia. She's from News 24.
No, I'm from Eyewitness News. I had a politics at Eyewitnesses. Many things have changed since Nasrec 1.
Yes, today. Okay. You doing a podcast as well?
I have a podcast with a team. I'm doing many things. That's the nature of the business, yeah.
Okay. You did a walkabout today, so your feeling about the preparations with a few days to go before the conference, do you think the ANC is prepared?
I tend to criticize the ANC for a lot of things, but I think that when it comes to conferences, the ANC does know what it's trying to do. It has an image in its head. It knows what it's doing. It knows how to go about doing it. So I'm kind of okay. We hate the long days. It's a lot of waiting, but I'm happy with how things are going so long. So far, I'm waiting to hear what we're getting in terms of allocations so that we are able to come here as Prime Media, Eyewitness News 702 Cape Talk, and also do our best in representing the story of the governing party.
Yeah. What are the burning issues that you've picked up? I know that the Pala issue is on top of mind, the energy issues. Are those the top 2 issues that you're going to be looking out for?
I think those are many issues that people will be looking at for. But I think what happens in terms of the ANC's vision for the country's many challenges is important. I want to hear what they're going to do on the social front. They speak about a social compact, about social cohesion a lot, but I want to know what they're actually going to do about unemployment. I want to know what must happen with the youth of this country. I want to know about issues of water, energy, the economy in and of itself. But of course, I think it's interesting to see what the ANC's approach is to coalitions. I think the ANC doesn't talk enough about coalitions. We want to know what is the approach. The things that we're seeing in the metros, this insatiable appetite for power has brought a lot of disruptions and disturbances to local government. There must be a fear about what happens in 2024 if the ANC is unable to capture the imagination of the electorate. We see it slowly losing it. So I want to hear what their take is on that. And of course, issues around organizational design and how you rectify and try and set this party straight. Actually, no, I take that back. I don't know if you can. So I think issues around renewal and what you do, the push and pull will also tell the country where the ANC wants to go.
The issue of performance, I mean, is the ANC going to reflect on the NEC's performance? Do you think that's going to be an issue that's even going to be looked at?
I think it's an issue that must be looked at, but what it must be done is looked at minus the factional lens that it's looked at from at the moment. So people make a measure of whether the NEC has been good or bad based on factional requirements. I think that those need to be stripped away, and then we can deal with it. It must be dealt with, but in a true sense. But I don't believe that that's possible, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much. All right, Tshidi. All right, man, we out with her. More to talk to in a short while, man. Let's do this. Boom.
My name is Hajra Ormajee. I'm the Business Day political editor.
All right, man. So you heard it. Hajra is joining me right here on the Free Ride podcast. So good to see you, girl.
Every time an ANC conference swings around, we see each other.
Of course, you know, we love politics. You must be so excited to come to the next conference, and you have so many predictions at the moment.
So I think the nominations look good for President Cyril Ramaphosa, but I think Phala Phala over the last 2 weeks and the fallout from it will either mobilize ANC branches to come out in support of him, or it will force them to put the country and the ANC before an individual.
Okay.
I also think that stage 6 load shedding, which the country has just descended into, does not help him. It hurts him. And I think 5 years after the reform agenda was adopted, we should be further along than we are right now.
Do you think he's performed as a president in the last 5 years?
I think democracy takes time. I think there's never end to struggle. There's struggle every day. The question is, have ANC leaders who are spending so much of their time and energy across the board, ensuring that they get into the ANC top 6 and they get into the ANC NEC, have they put that much energy into governance? And I feel as though if they had put that much energy into governance and taken their jobs more seriously in cabinet, or even in terms of the opposition and those against Cyril Ramaphosa, if they had taken governance in KwaZulu-Natal more seriously, the 2021 elections results would not have happened. And we cannot forget that the ANC's lost ground in successive elections. 2 weeks before the ANC went to local government elections last year, it was polling at under 50% in most metros in the country, but 2 weeks of load shedding hit them hard and forced them to lose governance. And so I think the ANC needs to take governance more seriously and positions less seriously.
But, you know, when you talk about elections, does it matter whether you have elections just after winter with the problems we have with the energy crisis? And also, like the last elections, 2021, they were in November. I mean, who does that?
So that's what I thought in 2016. Okay. That's what I thought in 2019, that it was cold and people didn't want to go out to vote. And the Democratic Alliance has a very good election machinery that gets their supporters to their polls. But 2021 happened in the middle of summer. So how do you explain that? I think we should stop using excuses.
Okay.
I think the reality is that South Africans are fast losing faith in the ANC. And unless the party takes organizational renewal, and unless the party takes governance, unless the party takes the economy far more seriously, I think the party is in big trouble. And it may be the last time we see such a massive media delegation coming to an ANC national conference. I also think what's going to be very interesting to watch going forward is how the ANC conference comes out on the issue of coalition politics. Because in 2016 and in 2021, it lost those coalition talks. And its fate hangs in the balance as an elective party. So if the economy and load shedding continue to go the way it's going, the president, I think, and ministers, even if they win the ANC conference, I think should prepare themselves to be sitting in the opposition benches come 2024.
All right, I see. I think your team is going in. Is it your team going in? No?
Well,
Yes?
I want to go in.
Okay, cool.
Can I run?
All right, okay, cool. Thanks a lot, man. All right, man, this is how we come to the end of our conversations with the journalist as we are trying to take stock of what their thoughts are on the ANC's upcoming national conference that's going to happen from the 16th till the 20th of December. All right, man, I'm out. Boom.